Well, hello folks. Happy Easter. Today we got ourselves a new saw. I picked up 6 old saws for, I don't know, 130 bucks or something like that. I think I'll get 3 of them running. This is one of them that I should be able to get running. It's actually in really nice shape. It's an old Pioneer 1420, and they made these things, I think, maybe only 1 year. I looked on that chainsaw collector's corner and they say that it was only made in 1966, so I'm still trying to figure it out, but it's a really cool saw. And then I know a guy that actually is one of my subscribers there. Apparently he's got pistons and cylinders for this thing, or one set. So I was just gonna fix it up, get it running, and then sell it as is. But I think now I'm going to maybe just port this thing and throw a bigger bar on it, maybe like a 32-inch bar or something, and just see what it can do. It's just such a friggin' cool old saw. Look at it. It's got the manual oiler that I don't know if it works. It's got the primer. Again, I don't know if I can get it working or not. Throttle lock. Like, this is pretty state-of-the-art for, 1966. It was right around when this cut block here probably was logged, actually, where I'm standing. This was all logged many years ago, and this would have been the main logging road in. But anyhow, I'm gonna see if we can get it going first. Like, it's got no spark right now, and if it then we're gonna cut with it. I'll do a video of it, and we'll do some cutting with it just to see what it's capable of stock, and then we'll see. I might port it. I'd like to, anyways. I weighed this thing, and it weighs, like, this is a 16-inch bar, and it weighs about, I think it's 16.5 pounds. So that's pretty light for 1966, like it's it must have been a showstopper when they came out with this old girl. But I don't know, they obviously made a better saw, or they had improvements that they made, because if they only made it for 1 year, like, I don't know why they did that, but. So if anybody has any info on this saw, I'd love to hear about it. I don't know much about it myself. It's pretty cool exhaust on here. Really don't need to do a whole lot for a muffler mod. Just, there's a baffle inside here, just pull it out. I pulled the piston out of this thing, or the muffler off this thing, to look at the piston, and it looks like it's in really good shape. It's pretty unique. Like, it's got all these little lines in it. I think the idea there is to hold oil between the piston and the cylinder. So yeah, well, I'm gonna dig into it more. I'll do another video, but I just wanted to show you this saw and just see if I can get any info on, are they hard? Is it hard to find parts for? Probably is. Probably as hard as finding a taillight for an old 1997 Dodge Ram 2500. Don't mind my taillight. Okay, well, I will pull this top cover off for you. Not in bad shape at all for the year. I think what happened was lost spark there at some point. Never got used again. Air cleaner. Not too bad. Pretty clean under there, actually. We'll see if we can get some spark, and then we'll come back and do a video of her cutting. I think this saw is 65 cc's. It's got a 30, I think it's like a 36.7, almost a 37 millimeter stroke. That's a pretty good stroke for an old saw, and I think it's like 47 millimeter bore. So it should have some potential, and it's a reed valve saw, so they were meant to cut, right? I could leave it stock, but What fun would that be? I was asking some questions about this thing, and somebody was saying that they were not a real powerhouse, so maybe it's just as well that we do a little bit of mods to it. But you can see how things changed over the years. Like here's the fuel cap. It says 16:1. That's what they want you to mix. Phone's acting up here. And then there's the oil down there to fill the oil, right? So it's definitely not as convenient as some of the other saws where everything's just up top. You had to fill the saw, and then you had to flip it up on its side to put oil in it. But I'm sure in 1966 this was still a pretty darn good saw. I love the color of these things too. And there's the other thing I like about this saw. Made in Canada. Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. I think they were an all Canadian company, and then looks like they had a warehouse in the USA as well, or a factory, I should say. But I don't know the history there. I found something online the other day about the history of these saws, of Pioneer saws, so I'd like to read up on it. But it's kind of cool. We don't have a lot of stuff in Canada, especially anymore. It's all built in the USA or Germany or Sweden. So yeah, I'm Canadian, and might as well have a Canadian saw, right? We'll see. Some people say they don't like these. They're a bit hard to work on and stuff, but I'll give you my opinions on that later. So far, I just love the look of it. This looks mean. There's the original primer as well. Boy, it'd be nice if I could get that working. Might have to custom build a diaphragm for it or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see once we get into her. Okay, we'll just do a 75-point turn and we'll be out of here. You see why I don't have a new taillight yet? Oh, the joys of owning a truck that isn't very nice. At least you can get around. There's some pretty deep snow right there, so we're trying to just tipsy-toe here. That's where we were before, and it's not deep on the left, but it is on the right. I let 15 pounds of air out of my tires just so we have a little more traction there. This truck has no winch or no limited slip, so it's pretty easy to get stuck, and we got stuck there the other day, and I had to pull out the jackall and the sling, and it probably took us about a good hour and a half to get out. We got out, but it's just a lot of work, so you just don't really want to take chances here. We're going that way. Stuck there. I have to back up a little bit. Can you see? I don't think you can see. Okay, we'll back up a bit. There we go. That's one thing about the old Dodges there. They were a coil spring front end, so they actually do turn pretty sharp compared to the other trucks that had leaf springs in the same years. Here we go. We got her turned around. Okay, next trail. Where will we go next, Chevelle? Where are we gonna go now? Down the mountain we go. Well, I don't think we're gonna go up there because that's gonna get deep really fast. I don't feel like getting stuck today. Tired, girl? Boy, you're doing really good. I didn't think you'd make it this far. Well, I can't remember if I've ever come up this trail before. I always knew there was a little road here, but I thought it just kind of dead-ended. I think I always came in the wet season. Boy, it actually goes quite a long ways. We're just waiting to run into a bear here. That's why I'm making lots of noise. Boy, it goes quite a long ways. Old logging road. There's Chevelle way back there. We're in April now. Snow's leaving pretty fast. Excellent grouse country in here. We've seen one back there already. Boy, the trail does keep going quite a long ways. Come on, girl! Look at her go. She's doing really good. I'm surprised. She's a little over 15 now, the old girl. She's still going good. I wish she didn't have that bad back leg, because she probably wouldn't have any or too many issues right now. Mr. Coyote. Wonder if that's my old buddy from the mine. Look at him. Be my old buddy. I think it is. Oh, he's not gonna come over now. I have to be in my D10 or D11 for him to come over and visit. Look at him, he's right behind the truck. Hey, buddy! Hey! Where are you going? Where are you going? Come and visit! Look at him. He's like a dog. I worked at this mine. I'd be sitting at one of the dumps waiting for the big trucks to back up and dump their load, and this little coyote would come and hang out with me, and he'd sleep about 10 feet beside my dozer when it was running. I don't have any treats for him today. Look. Is it a bad coyote? Is it a bad coyote? Hey? Oh, he's a bad one. It's okay. He's a good one. He's a good one, girl. He's a good one.